Respected audience, this is Naushab Khan, a 10-year law, adjunct professor law. In our previous part, we have discussed the relevant provisions of Healthcare Commission Act, and we have also highlighted that what are the measures to determine the medical negligence, and in case of death of the patient, autopsy report will determine that whether there is the death or the said death is on account of gross medical negligence of healthcare service provider, or this is on account of known medical complications. Now let's discuss further a few of the provisions of this law, and specifically, I would like to highlight Section 29 of Healthcare Commission Act 2010, which provides the primary umbrella or safeguard to a healthcare service provider. But this is very vital to bear in mind that this umbrella or safeguard is only available to those healthcare service providers who are duly licensed by Pakistan Medical and Dental Council, or who are not only having the license to practice, but their healthcare establishment, whether a clinic, polyclinic, or a hospital, are duly licensed by Healthcare Commission. And if these elements are missing, or these primary requirements are not fulfilled, then this umbrella of Section 29, which deals with immunity, is not available. So, my advice to worthy healthcare service providers and the healthcare establishment managers and owners, my advice is to make sure that your employees, they are duly licensed by Pakistan Medical and Dental Council, and they are entitled to practice as a healthcare service provider. On the other hand, always make sure that their licensed are not cancelled, or the licensed are not invalidated. So make sure that those who are working at your healthcare establishment, they have their licenses which are duly valid, and they are authorized by the competent authority to practice as doctors. That is the first paramount consideration. And the second very vital element, that the healthcare establishment must have the registration with Healthcare Commission. And once it is registered and the healthcare establishment has fulfilled all relevant minimum service delivery standards, then of course this license is known as regular license. And having that license can enable a healthcare service provider and healthcare establishment to safeguard itself from any prosecution. So let me read out Section 29 of Healthcare Commission Act, which says very comprehensively and which highlights that how the legitimate and lawful rights of healthcare service providers and healthcare establishments can be safeguarded. Immunity. No suit, prosecution, or other legal proceedings related to provision of healthcare services shall lie against a healthcare service provider except under this act. So it precisely means that a civil suit cannot be filed. It precisely means that a complaint cannot be lodged to initiate prosecution of a healthcare service provider or healthcare establishment, or any other legal proceedings. For instance, filing a complaint or filing a suit before the consumer court. These are not available to any aggrieved person or alleged aggrieved person unless or until uh, the Healthcare Commission has authorized the same, or has made a referral after due inquiry that yes, there is a civil negligence or there is a criminal negligence, and that civil negligence can entail the consequences of a civil suit And if it is gross negligence and falls within the mischief of criminal negligence, then of course the criminal prosecution can be law initiated against the healthcare service provider or healthcare establishment. Moreover, an FIR can be lodged, and that can result into the cancellation of license of healthcare service provider, or that can also result into the closure of the healthcare establishment. So do bear in mind that in order to safeguard your lawful and legitimate interests, make sure that your license is valid. The healthcare service providers working at your healthcare establishment are duly licensed, they have the valid licenses to practice, and furthermore, your establishment, healthcare establishment, is having a valid license duly issued by Healthcare Commission. I wish you the very best in terms of providing the services to the ailing humanity, but please make sure that your own self and your healthcare establishment are duly safeguarded. Have a blessed day. Thank you.